All right, my wife has got 3 pictures she wants framed. I'm not sure of the style of frame yet, but as you all know, frames are generally 90-degree corners. And I like this band clamp for doing that, for clamping up that kind of stuff. But one thing I don't like is these clips that come with the clamp that you put in the corners. They work limited. They're limited into their value, I guess. So I've got 2 of these. You know, they come with a wrench. But I was searching for a better idea on corner clamps, and I came across a website, YouTube channel, and the gentleman's name is Klaus. I'm not sure if that's his last name or not, but that's his YouTube channel, Woodkeeper1, and he's got a simple idea, and often those are the best anyway. And let me show you what he's got there. So it's hopefully this reflection, I'll get this so there's not too bad a reflection here. So it's nothing more than a 4x4 block, couple of 1/2-inch holes for risers. I'll show you that in a minute here, and then a 1/2-inch hole in the corner for the relief of your piece. You know, that's being joined together, so that the 90-degree can come together without any interference. And let me just show you here. Here's a drawing. So (90°), for some reason that arc isn't in there, but there's an arc there for the 1/2-inch hole in the corner. 2 inches down, 1 inch in on each side for these pillars that you're going to connect 2 of these together. So these will stack, is what's going to happen. That you'll have these will be done in pairs. This one will stack with another one, so you'll need 8 for his idea. Now you can use them individually, or you can in the way he did them though, you have to use them together. He put them together permanently, and I'm not going to do that. That's the one change I'm going to make. I'm going to make it so that these things can be you know, flushed up, stacked, and spaced, and then depending upon the bolt you use, he used dowels, I'm going to use a bolt, and some bushings so that I can variably stack them, and then I'll just take it from there. So you'll see as I go forward with this project. It's really simple, but I think the idea of being able to adjust the height from this one to the one that's paired up with it, you know, if you're building box sides or a chest and you want to space these out, you'll have the ability to do that. Now, this is some really, I don't want to call it junky, but it's not your high-grade Baltic birch plywood. I bought this for some other project, and it's got some voids in it, I know, in the plies, and it's kind of wavy, but cutting it into 4-inch blocks, you're not going to be concerned about all that, because with pieces that small, they'll lay down for you. Straight edge there, but I didn't. This edge really dove off. see how I did here. I got my L fence set up, got clearance here, and I'm going to take off, I don't know, maybe a ½ inch or so. I'm just going to raise the blade. Actually, I need that a little bit higher than that. Forgot about the blade here. You should be good to go. Yeah. Alright, let's just check it against this. That is beautiful. About 8 thousandths over. I'm going to call that good enough. That's 7.5, 8, okay. I could make one more pass. Alright, we're going to square these up, get a square end here, and then I'll just run them against the table saw. I think that's going to be the best way to make sure they're square, by not changing this. Maybe getting this cut into smaller pieces, more manageable pieces. I'm going to use my sled here to get my initial cut. This is the piece that danced across the saw blade there. Then I'm just going to check, make sure I'm at 90. I should be, but you never know. Alright, so I need 8 pieces out of each of these. They measure 43 inches long. 32 will get me 8, plus the kerfs. So if I cut it at 21, I'll have 2 manageable pieces. I'm just going to take it to my chop saw, roughly cut them in half. There's my first 4. Rotating them one time 90 degrees, that looks good. You can see some of the voids I was talking about here. So I'll be aware of that and try and put that on the outside. So there, that's one set. Now, I want to make sure this is still 90 degrees. Sometimes you can't trust that offcut. It looks pretty good. That looks good. That one does not. That one's got a lot of daylight, or not a lot, but enough daylight that I'm not going to use it. So what I'll end up doing here is I'll bring my crosscut sled in here again, Make sure that these edges are trued up, and just keep repeating the process until I end up with my 16 squares. It just dawned on me now. I'll square this end up, flip it over, square this end, and I can speed the process up. Alright, I ended up with 2 extra. These 2 are just a little small, and had I measured or cut a little more carefully, I would have had enough material to get 4 extra, but that's okay. I'll have a couple of pieces I can experiment with here, and then here are my 16 blocks. Now they've all got a witness mark for the square corner that I started with, and that's what I'm going to register off when I make all my cuts, is that corner right there. So let me get things set up and I'll be right back.